The movie you guys won't stop messaging and commenting about. Predator, Killer of Killers. Tony, have you seen Predator, Killer of Killers? Tony, did you watch Predator, Killer of Killers yet? Tony, what are your thoughts on Predator, Killer of Killers? Will Killer of Killers be getting a review? Tony,
I'll stop texting you. I'm sorry.
So we're doing it here. The Predator, Killer of Killers review. This comes from Dan Trachtenberg, who also did Prey. I guess he's like the leader of the Predator movies now because he's also directing the next one. He's got a lot of plans with this. This is what I've kind of always wanted from a Predator thing, which also Prey was kind of the same thing. Like, do Predator in different time periods. I didn't necessarily want to animate it in an anthology story. That being said, this was pretty good. It starts off with Vikings versus a giant predator. So I guess those giant predators from the fourth film are canon still. Her whole clan gets killed while she's raiding another village. The predator comes in. She has to, and again, it goes how it usually goes. It's never just brute force or anything. They always have to figure out a way to like outsmart the predator, which is something I love with the predator, which I hate it with like Prey. People are like, oh, you expect me that little girl's going to take on the predator? I'm like, Arnold couldn't take on the predator. That was the whole point. The little God's perfect killing machine, Arnold Schwarzenegger, could not stop the predator. You have to figure out a way to outsmart them. This one's about Viking lady. The second one is about it's in like feudal Japan. We got like ninjas and samurais there, and they come across a predator. The third one is about he's not really a pilot, he's a guy who works on planes. But it's during World War II, and a bunch of pilots get into a cool aerial battle with the predator, which I don't think we've ever seen a predator doing like dogfights with jets. I mean, it's been a minute since I've watched The Predator, but maybe there was a scene where he fought a jet or something in there.
I don't think so. I watched that movie 3 times recently for my timeline.
Oh, you know what? I think when we were doing rental reviews, we did that one. I think we had a fan who claimed that he acted as a jet fighter, but the scene got cut because famously The Predator was completely re-edited and like reshot the whole ending. So maybe that's why I'm misremembering that. Spoiler, I don't actually watch The Predator too often. It's not very good. But yeah, so this was something really new with them actually using like their crafts as part of battle. It was really cool. And then you find out that all 3 people get taken to the planet to fight in an arena thing where they have to fight giant monsters. And I guess the winner faces off against this big son of a bitch. And I was very confused. I was like, wait a minute. Is there time travel? And then you find out it's freezing because there's a cameo at the very, very end. The ending is very fun when all 3 characters have a language barrier. So them trying to team up with each other is a struggle. Guys, I really like this. I wasn't the craziest about the animation style, but I got over it very, very quickly. I dug the shit out of this. I would have liked each of these stories as their own movie, but I'm glad that they're at least doing something with this concept outside of comics. Joey C., what did you think?
You know, it's funny that you say you really fucking dig it, because when I was watching, I was like, I bet you Tony fucking loves this for sure. I know nothing about the IP or the continuity, so again, I'm going in fresh. But great choreography with the fighting, if you can call it that, because it's animated. But great fight scenes, incredible visual effects. I actually really dig this animation style. When I first saw it, like the first 10 seconds, I'm like, what the fuck is this? But you forget about that pretty quickly. And the thing that I really dug about it is it's really fast paced. And I'm really shocked that it wasn't in theaters. I feel like this would have done pretty well. I don't know. I think the animation was a great call for this movie. If it was live action, I don't think it would be nearly as good.
No, they would have to scale a lot of stuff back for live action.
Yeah, for sure.
It would be very limited. I actually like that they went animated, even if I'm not crazy about this particular style, but I dug it. Gil, what did you think of Predator, Killer of Killers?
I pretty much agree with everything you guys said, except I love the animation style from the start. It reminded me of Arcane, and apparently that was an influence on the show.
Okay.
And for me with animation, like the closer they try and emulate real life, the more I like it. I'm boring that way, where I don't like things that are overly stylized, or at least it takes getting used to. So this was like perfect for me. Repeating a lot of what you guys said, the action was awesome. The fact that they got creative with the action, like we were talking about with Ballerina, you have to introduce an interesting element to it. And getting to see Predators using different weaponry in 3 different eras, seeing how different characters take them on, was really cool. The 2 things I didn't like that leave me saying, this is a good movie, I didn't love it, is because since it's an anthology, it's like you said, Tony, you would love if each of these stories were their own movie.
Yeah.
The fact that each story is so short, but they still try to have, I think, too much in each story. Like if you go to the Viking one, the first 7 minutes is just nonstop, profound moments between the mother and son.
Yeah.
Like, son, do you know why we fight? Okay, next scene. Son, I think it's time you know what really happened to our grandfather. Son, you must kill your first enemy. It's time to execute this man. And so it's all just kind of melodrama you have to get through. But to your point, Joey, it was very efficient. Like you get past that stuff pretty fast. So it's not a major complaint. But the other one is, okay, when they all get brought together on what I assume is the Predator homeworld, or at least a Predator outpost where they host.
Yeah, I
like,
think
gladiator
I think
matches.
after Predators, it's just implied they have a bunch of planets.
Okay, so it's one of their planets.
Probably, yeah.
I feel like this world, like Predator and or Alien, it's such a brutal world. It's not the kind of world where you get swallowed by a monster and then 3 minutes later show up on a speeder bike and it's like, hey, I figured out how to work their technology. Let me fly this ship out of here. How different could it be from my ship, from an airplane from 200 years ago? It felt like a little marvelly toward the end. But I think the reason you watch it is for the action, for seeing different Predators taking on different enemies, and all that stuff is great. So it was really good. I wish the story was a little better, but overall, very solid.
Yeah, and I like this new thing now where since Prey, we've learned that Raphael Andolini, who had the pistol that's in Predator 2, it turns out everyone in the fucking galaxy gets to use this pistol except for Raphael Andolini. Because I remember he had a whole comic where they did his backstory that Prey ignored. And they're like, he's just some guy, and he actually taught a lady how to use the gun. I remember I won a bet with Movie Dumpster because they were like, Raphael Andolini's going to be in it. I'm like, I guarantee you he's like not going to use that gun. Like someone else is going to use the gun. And sure enough, I was right. The girl used the gun. But I did like that moment where they have like a translator for them.
Mm-hmm.
And they're like, you will get an item, you will get a weapon from your home world. And they give like the guy the musket, like the gun. And he's like, I don't know how to use this.
That was hilarious.
Like to them, they like don't understand the difference. They're like, yeah, here you go. This is the first Predator movie that used the word Yucha, which is what they're called in the comics. It was in the opening crawl. Yeah, I liked the very ending where you find out that they've been freezing these warriors. And one of them is Naru from Prey. Because at the very end of Prey, like the title sequence, we see that like ships came back for. But now it's like, do they do this for everyone? They didn't do this for Arnold.
Maybe they did after the credits.
Gary Busey, who I trust, didn't say they abducted him later.
You probably would have mentioned that, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, it's like and in the second movie, what's the actor's name? I don't know.
Danny Glover.
Yeah, Danny Glover.
Yeah.
Like, so they give him the gun at the end of the movie. So if this takes place after that, then I guess you could assume that they went back and froze him. But it's like, then why would they have given him the trophy and then left?
Yeah.
Like, you know what? Never mind. We're going to come and freeze you.
Yeah, I wonder how he does get the gun.
Well,
back.
so I assume that takes place after this. Because when the
right,
gets
because the
swallowed,
earliest one is World War II. Okay, yeah, so then that does line up. So they got it from her. Okay.
Yeah, exactly. So he must have been, so they froze him in like the 40s, and then unfroze him in maybe the 90s. This happens, and then they give the gun to Danny Glover.
Okay. We didn't see any of those Predators in this. So I'm wondering if they'll be, I hope they do a sequel to this. That would actually be fun. To get that tribe from Predator 2 to come back, see how that old one got the pistol. But yeah, I like the variety of the Predators. I thought they looked really cool and a little different. I like not a lot of people were crazy about the Prey redesign. I wasn't the craziest about it, but I like what he was going for. So I like to see variety on them because again, they've been across the galaxy. They're on different planets. It's only like it only makes sense that they would evolve and changed over time. Not all look the same. But yeah, Predator Kill Over Killers, solid outing. I'm excited for Badlands. How do you guys feel about Badlands?
Makes no difference to me, man. I got a lot of continuity to catch up on.
I'm excited for it. I thought Prey was good. I thought this was solid.
Yeah.
And I know it's silly to get excited about it, but like you look at the Warlord Predator in this one and you look at his cape and it's like, are those xenomorph tails? They look like they might be. And then in Predator Badlands, the main character, she's a Weyland-Yutani android. You see the Weyland-Yutani logo everywhere. And like that lore stuff just gets me excited.
Apparently they said he's like, I really wanted no human characters, but I knew we needed a robot. And he's like, well, I know a company that makes robots. So that's why I did Weyland-Yutani. I don't know. It's weird we got this. Apparently, maybe this guy was lying. I don't know. But a few years back, some guy said like, no, Fox made an Alien versus Predator anime and it's just sitting in a vault somewhere.
Yeah.
So it's weird that they greenlit this and just didn't release the Alien versus Predator anime that they have.
I mean, if it was of the quality of the previous Alien versus Predator content we've gotten, they might have watched it and been like, we're trying to reinvigorate the brand.
Yeah. I would love to see them do AVP right. Which, by the way, I've been watching the first Alien versus Predator movie because of this film. Because the twins keep seeing a picture of this when my sister turns on Disney Plus and they recognize it from all the stuff down here. And they kept asking to watch Predator. And I went, well, there's only one that's not rated R. And I was like, well, obviously they'll get scared and make me turn it off. No, they made me watch it twice. So I've been watching Alien versus Predator, a movie I don't actually enjoy, because it's the only one that I could show them. So this isn't me being a bad uncle. I didn't expect them to like it. I thought they would get scared.
I'm just shocked.
I'm going to do my disappointed look.
At one point, Gabby is hiding her face when the Queen Alien comes. And I'm like, okay, I'll turn it off. And she's like, no, keep it on. But she's not watching. She just wants to listen to what's happening.
I feel like it's in good hands right now. Like I like Trachtenberg, Alvarez for I liked Alien. I liked it so much I can't even remember what it was called.
Alien Romulus. That was just like the greatest hits of the first four movies, though.
Yeah, I know
they
people
need to do
say
something
that, but
different.
they are like my feeling on that is yes, they are the greatest hits. But the Xenomorph is a great foe, and I feel like every decade or so, it's worth seeing. How can we best render that monster with today's technology and just tell a solid story around that? It would be nice to see for the next one they do something a little bit different, but it's at least good enough that if those two filmmakers teamed up on some kind of Alien versus Predator,
that'd be good.
I'd be pretty excited for that.
I'd be pumped for that. But yeah, then Alien has a new TV show coming out, which I'm excited for. And Gil, I know you're excited for it too.
I'm quite excited.
You did it. God damn you.
Yeah, I was so excited. I went out to the crash site and got this Weyland-Yutani crate.
Kataboomies gets a show. The official Alien thing's getting Gil to promote them, and I get a fucking music video from Joey C. Anyway, guys, that was Predator Killer of Killers. Great time. Highly recommend it. Excited to see what comes next.